Hi ladies, so we're going to start with the Benefit Professional. I'm just using it to prime my face, put most of the product in the middle of my face, and then I just blend it out. I already have my eyebrows filled in with Anastasia Brow Wiz in Caramel, and now I'm taking MAC Pro Longwear concealer and a flat definer brush to carve out my eyebrows, and I'm also using this as a primer for my shadows. I really like using this concealer as a primer because it has a formula in it that helps with creasing, and also it cancels out all the color discoloration or redness in my eyes. And now I'm taking a damp beauty blender and I'm just smoothing that out. So I forgot to get a clip of my foundation, but I'm using the L'Oreal True Match in W6, which is like by far my favorite drugstore foundation. So I'm just dotting that around my whole face, and then I'm going to take a beauty blender to blend that out. So my favorite way to use the beauty blender is I distribute all the little dots that I put on my face, and then I go back and I make sure that it's all nicely blended in. I don't like to work in one area and then move to the other. It's basically just my preference, but it's a little trick if you guys want to try it. Now I'm taking the same concealer that I used to prime my eyes and I'm making a little V shape underneath my eye up into my hairline. It just helps really lift your face, and any of those days you're super tired, it really helps. I'm also distributing the concealer a little bit on my chin, above my lip, down my nose, and then a tiny bit on my forehead just to even out the highlight so it doesn't look super bright underneath my eyes and nowhere else. I'm going to also use a damp beauty blender to blend out my concealer. Just make sure, especially with a beauty blender, because I know when I first got mine, I was having a hard time. Make sure that you pounce it on your skin and not rub it. The foundation underneath your concealer is not yet set, so if you do rub it, you're rubbing away the foundation and the concealer. So try your best to just pounce it. I know sometimes your arms get tired. It happens to me too. And I also always make sure to concentrate a good amount of concealer in my inner corner of my eye just to make sure that is nice and bright. Sometimes it does make you look tired if your inner corner is a little bit darker. So that's another really good tip. So now I'm just setting my entire face with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and I'm taking a big fluffy Real Techniques brush and I'm making sure to press that into my face as well. When you rub your powder on your skin, you're also rubbing away your foundation, your concealer, anything that you had on there prior. So you want to make sure that you press all your powder into your skin to help it set the foundation and concealer really well. Another thing, never try to film in front of a window, especially a front window. You see the weirdest things. One of my new favorite ways to warm up my skin is using a big fluffy kabuki brush. It makes it look very natural and no harsh lines. You don't really have to work with it for a long time. And then once I'm doing my cheek area, which obviously you don't want so much warming up, I just squish the sides of the kabuki brush and make it a little bit more straight, and it works really, really well. I don't even have to use another brush. Unless I really want like a deep contour, then I'll use like a smaller precision brush. But if not, then I'll just use my kabuki and squish it a little bit. It works really, really well. I'm not like a huge blush person. I very much prefer bronzer. But here I'm taking Deep Throat by NARS, and I'm just popping some on my cheek. Unfortunately, the left side of my face is like a little bit washed out by the sun. I guess it was on the left side. So if you look towards the right side, you can see a little bit more of the actual color. And here I'm taking MAC Soft and Gentle with a Real Technique brush, and I'm just sweeping that on the high points of my cheeks. This is an awesome, awesome highlighter. If you're just starting out with makeup, or you're just not really into highlighter, I would definitely look into this one. You can do it pretty strong or you can do it pretty lightly, and it looks so good on all skin tones. Now I'm taking a stippling brush to blend out the bronzer, blush, and highlight, just so that it looks seamless and not like three different steps. This is really important if you ever have that problem. Just take a stippling brush, it blends it out so easily. I also took a little bit of NYC Sunny Bronzer on a fluffy brush, and I defined my nose a little bit. I don't necessarily want like a thinner nose. I just want my nose to be a little bit more defined. Now I'm taking this light brown color and a big fluffy brush that I got from Sephora, and I'm sweeping that from inner corner to outer corner, just as a transition color. Unfortunately, I lost the insert for my chocolate bar palette, so I don't know what the colors are called. So now I'm taking this bone color and I'm using that to highlight my brow bone with a C-shaped brush. Nothing fancy, I'm just highlighting a little bit. I don't necessarily like that stark white color on my brow bone or a shimmer color on my brow bone. I'm pretty simple when it comes to my brow bones, just my preference. You guys are definitely more than welcome to use a shimmer or anything more intense. Now I'm taking this darker brown color and I'm just sweeping that in a V shape on my outer corner just to darken it up a little bit. This look in general is pretty soft. It's nothing too bright or too dark, so I wouldn't go too heavy-handed. And now I'm taking that fluffy brush that I used with the soft brown color, and I'm using that to blend both those colors together. Kind of messily, nothing really put together. And I'm taking both of these colors and I'm using that as my lid color. I really like the way they look together. I like them separately as well, but together is definitely my favorite. I'm taking another blending brush and I'm just blending that color that I put on the lid with the color on the outer corner. And a small brush, I'm picking up both the brown colors and I'm just sweeping it underneath my eye and then taking a blending brush and making that look nice and seamless. So here is a small eyeliner tutorial, I guess you can say. I'm using the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner. It's the one that has a felt tip. It's awesome, my favorite. So I'm just taking my pen and I'm putting the end of my liquid liner toward my eyebrow, and then I'm pulling it all the way in towards my eye. I'm not doing it from the beginning of my eye. I like to fill that in separately. I'm just dragging it in to where I think it would normally meet if I was to drag a diagonal line, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I am making any sense. And then I like to, if I want to, then I'll extend my wing a little bit after I see what it looks like all together. And to just extend it, I make sure that I only use the tip of the liner. So basically that's all I do. It's super simple. And then for this eye, it's super fuzzy, unfortunately. But I do the same thing. I just tilt my brush up towards the end of my brow. Try to make sure that they're the same, of course, the struggle. And then I sweep it diagonally into my lash line. And then I fill in the front part, and then I'll fill in the empty space that's towards the back. And again, if it needs to be longer, then I'll just extend it with only the tip of my liner brush. So generally I would either do a brown or a nude liner, but today I decided to do nude. Unfortunately, I completely was out of camera when I did that, so sorry about that. I'm just applying one coat of mascara to my top and bottom lashes. So I applied some falsies and then I did a nude lip, and that was basically it. I also did a pink, red, and like a dark burgundy lip for you guys, just so that you can see that this look is super versatile. It's my go-to look. I can literally wear any lip with this, any blush. It's really, really versatile. It's one of my favorites. So I hope that you guys enjoyed, and comment down below if you have any suggestions for me. Also, subscribe to my channel. I'd really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much.
Institute can prepare you for the career and the life you deserve. Don't put it off any longer.
It's okay. This looks so pink. Look at it on here. It looks fluorescent, right?
Yeah, like neon pink.
Wrong one. Wrong one again. What the hell is it?